Okay, so welcome here today, and so one of the first questions is, where did you grow up, and if you did locally, like what area did you grow up in?
I grew up in Conway.
Okay. And then so what is important about this community that kept you here, brought you back here?
I think what was intriguing to me when I graduated from college, and I shared with you that when I graduated from Central Square, I didn't feel there was a lot to offer for a young person. So I went to SUNY Oswego, transferred to Syracuse University at SUNY ESF, and then I went on to required in my studies to study abroad, and I studied in Rome, Italy. While I was there, I met my wife, and the pressures of life kind of took another turn. And my father-in-law told me, so what do you plan on doing if you're going to marry my daughter? And we came back, we had a job opportunity, my family owns a construction business, and we decided to put down our roots in Central Square.
Tell me one of your favorite stories about the history of the community that you heard while living here.
I think one of the things was kind of one of those maybe urban myths was that the name Central Square came from, and this was, I think it's easily to devalue it, but Central Square got its name from being centrally located in the state, and if you made the state a square, we were 2.5 hours in any direction to get to the border, and that's geographically it's not accurate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of those, I guess, urban myths that we heard.
Was there a teacher that you feel was a positive influence on your life?
Yeah, I had several. I think the one, I had him in 8th grade. It was at the middle school, which is now, it was Millard Hawk, that was the junior high. He was named John Irion. He was our track coach and gym teacher. But I think he taught us a lot more about life. I think in high school or in lower classes, you get sort of set up in cliques, the preps, the jocks, the smart kids. And he kind of broke those barriers, and I think we were all equal, which I really admired. I think that was kind of a little forward thinking then. And it didn't matter what your class status was or your income brackets, he just really threw us all together, and we were all comrades. We competed against each other in class, but he also encouraged us to do our best in everything that we did, whether it was in school, in a sporting event, or just be good citizens. So I really admire that about him.
Did they know they impacted your life?
Yes, I shared that with him several times throughout the years. John was he was also my track coach throughout the years when I went through high school, and then shortly after I graduated, he went on to Queensboro up towards Albany direction, and he's coached successfully the football team out there. So I reach out to him every once in a while, just drop an email and encourage him. He's at the point of retiring, which it's nice to see.
What is your hope for the children in this community?
I think my hope is that we can continue to attract jobs. And I think as our kids go through our school district, I think it's a relatively, comparison to a lot of other schools, we have a great school district. I think both academically, I think as a setting, what we have to offer as far as a facility, but I think we need to encourage children to come back and to give back. A lot of times, like I said, I didn't have intentions of moving back. It doesn't offer a lot of times the culture. Might be lacking in that respect. It might be lacking on some of the adventure, that we might want as young people. But I think it offers great opportunities for living and raising a family, security, stability, and all those items are there.
Is there any wisdom you would like to pass on to them?
I think one thing that I've noticed since being the mayor of the village is that we need to get children involved. And I don't think we do that enough. I think when kids feel that they're interacting with adults or people of position, that they can make an impact on their lives. And I think children can make an impact on the adults' lives also by the energy that they give and their optimism.
What is the most significant thing that happened to you that was connected to this community?
It's one of those things, so I've been mayor now for about 2.5 years, and I think one of the things that it's not really talked about because we come from, we work hard and we have success, is that Oswego County really is an economically depressed county. statewide, nationally. But one of the things that's a real problem with the county is people that are homeless. And it's not like your typical homeless person that you think of sleeping under bridges or out on the sidewalks in a cardboard box. It might be, they call it couch surfing. You don't have a permanent address to receive mail. And a couple years ago, we assisted an individual that was homeless in Central Square. And he didn't want the help, which I think a lot of times people in that position do not want. But we were able to point him in the right direction with some of the county services that they offer through us. We have county opportunities. And when it was all said and done, I was talking with, again, school administrators, religious affiliations in the community, village, and we all kind of pooled our resources together, and everyone brought something together. And this individual was off the streets within probably a week. It was going into the holidays, so I think it was even more significant. But it was one of those years that was very, very cold, and it could have been a life or death situation. So I think, I think as a human being, it was something that we really did help someone, made a difference in their lives, and they found their family and they were back, and they also received some help. They needed some mental help.
What do you feel has changed the most in your community? Is there something that you miss?
I think one of the things that's changed significantly is the number of small businesses, and I think that they sort of call it the Walmartization of America, and how that changes the mom and pop stores. We don't see that as much. Unfortunately, that's just I think the evolution of the United States, and I think as a culture we expect everything done now. We do everything from our cars. We want drive-throughs. We want convenience. But I'd like to see that come back. Where we could have where you have that ability to walk from store to store and do shopping within our community.
What would you like to see in here in Central Square 20 years from now?
I'd like to see more of maybe a recreation center where we can get maybe shared services. Our society is driven by budgets and money. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. But if we could have shared services with the school, if there was ever an opportunity for a swimming pool or a YMCA type of program where it's but again, I think that comes from government, from religious groups, and school. And I think, unfortunately, I see in the next 20 years, I don't see, unless we have a philanthropist donate a large amount of money back to Central Square, I think we just have to become very creative in our way of financing these programs. And unfortunately, things are becoming much more consolidated, and there's a lot more constraints on budgets. So, in that respect, if the town, the village, the school, if we could utilize our libraries and our school facilities, we might be able to accommodate that.
If you brought a friend to this community, what would you like them to see?
I think the first thing is always around the school. I think we have some great facilities. I think we got a great stadium. I did a lot of sports, so I always think that's one of the things that we always show off. It's a great place to come in the fall time, and I really think we've got to celebrate that seasonal change in the fall, catching a football game or one of the band events. We have a lot of, in the village, I think we have some great parks, and we've been trying to establish some walking trails. And I think as a trail runner or a hiker, that's one of the things I always like to do is kind of put on a pair of shorts and some running shoes and go out in the mud. So, yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I think I commend you for this project. I think it's pretty exciting to, and I appreciate to get me involved.
Okay.